Hello guys, welcome to my video on Sass basic programming. Here we will learn about some of the basic concepts used in Sass. So first, when you log in into the Sass studio, you will see a page like this. So let us first understand what is the Sass console. So first we'll create a program file in which we can write the code and the log results and everything of a Sass program. So we can see that a Sass console consists of of a left hand side, which is the navigation panel. From here you can access all the files from the desktop, from your system, from your folders, your servers and everything. The second one is the work area, which has three windows, as you can see over here: the code, log and the results window. So the code window is used for writing the code of the program. The log window is used for seeing the debug messages during the Sass session. Okay. The third one is the output window. So the output window is used to see the output records. Okay. So in Sass we use a statement called as data statement, which is used to create a dataset in Sass. Okay. So how will we do that? Let us try to write the code. So we'll say data electronics. Electronics will be the name of our data variable of a data set, and then we'll say input name $price. So the input statement shows that we need two variables to be part of this data set, which is name and price. We put a $sign after the name variable to show that it's a character variable, and all the values which we will input in this variable should be of character value. So then we'll say data lines. This data line statement shows that the next lines which we are about to write in the Sass will be the values of the variables which we have used in the dataset. So we have used name and price, so we'll put the values of name as Anu, price as this, name as Tom, price as 900, name as Tia, price as 800, and then we put a semicolon to show that we have inputted all the values in the dataset. Then we say run. Okay. Now we run this dataset. So we use this button to run the code. Okay. So here we will see that we got 3 rows and 2 columns, and with name and price as the variables. So there is one more important thing in Sass, that when we talk about the rows, it is called as observations in Sass, and when we talk about the columns, it is called as variables in Sass. So whenever I will say variables, you should understand that I'm talking about the columns of that dataset. Okay. And then there is one more important statement in Sass, which is called proc. So this proc is what? It's the group of Sass statements that call and execute a Sass procedure. Okay. So how will it work? So it takes data set as an input. Okay. So proc statement, what it does, it takes the data set as an input and it executes certain procedures, certain functions on that data set. So suppose we use proc print. It's a simple procedure to just print all the values in the data set. So we have created a data set called as electronics. We will say title, if you want to give any title to that data set, we'll say electronic data set of ABC company. Okay, and then every line of a Sass dataset ends with a semicolon. This is something you need to remember. Okay, then we run this code. Okay. So you'll see a table is created with three observations and two variables with the title as electronic dataset of ABC company. Okay. So you can see that there are several libraries in the navigation pane. So you can see that these are the libraries which are created and some are the already installed libraries in Sass. You can see that whatever dataset we have just created, electronics, is stored in the work library. So that is again a new concept in Sass. So we have two kinds of libraries in Sass. One is the permanent library, which stores the data, which stores the data set even after you log out from the session. Okay. And then there is a temporary library, which stores the data temporarily and data is lost once you log out. Okay. So suppose we want to access some data set in the Sass help library. How will we do that? Okay, we want to print some data from Sass help library. So we'll do proc print data is equal to Sass help dot cars. So we have to specify the library dot dataset name and then we say run. So when we run this code, okay, when we run this code, you can see all the variables and observations of the car dataset. Okay, if we do not specify the name of the library when we create a dataset, it will automatically get saved in the work library, which is the temporary library. Okay, so now we learn about importing a data set. So we see that you have my folders. Just to simplify, I'll create a new folder named as test. Okay, you can see that folder is created and now I'll upload some files from my desktop. In the training folder, I'll create a test dataset inside my Sass. So you can see that test is imported. Test is in this folder. Now we'll import it in the Sass console. So you can see that my test dataset is imported by default in the work library. So whenever we do not specify the name of the library, it automatically gets saved in the work library, which is the temporary library. Okay. Now we'll learn about the exporting the dataset from the system, from the Sass console to outside. Okay. So suppose we want to export this dataset. We'll just right click and do export. Now it will show in which folder you want to export. So I'll say test folder. Okay. Now when I see in my test folders, I can see, let me just refresh it once. So now I see that the dataset which I just exported from the Sass, it is shown in the folder and it is exported to my desktop. So guys, this is just a basic understanding of how Sass we can use Sass as a programming language, and I hope that this video has been very useful in understanding the basic Sass programming concepts. See you in my other video, which will have some other advanced concepts used in Sass programming. Till then, bye bye.